Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back with another brand new video. Now I do apologise about the length of time it's took me to get this video up. I know a lot of people was asking where's the video. As you can imagine, that was a punch in the ball bag and it just took me ages to get home. I was soaked, I was wet, I was absolutely devastated, and it's not one of those videos or one of those games that you get home, you get washed and you changed and you put on a big smile on, ladies and gentlemen. Nah. This right here is one of those games you just get home, you throw a cap on and you talk about your team, win, lose or draw, and you think about it, right? We've been doing this channel now 3, maybe even, I think it's 4 years now, me and thank you for sticking with me, and we've seen terrible results in our forms. We've seen ourselves get battered and we've always been there, we've always talked about it. We aren't one of those guys that just upload when they win or just tweet when they win. We are here, win, lose or draw. But I've just got to be honest with you, I'm sitting here with a camera roll and not having a clue what to say, because usually when we do lose an Old Firm game, I've got this, and I'm absolutely raging, I'm spewing, and I'm firing out one-liners. But in this one, ladies and gentlemen, I'm thinking to myself, if we look at that game as a whole, from the first whistle to the last, Rangers dominated it, and they were by far the better team. Like, I know for a fact there's going to be so many people clicking on this video to write, haha, Rangers are pissed, Celtic are so much better. But if that is your mindset after watching that 97 minutes of football, you're clearly just blinded by your own hatred. There's nothing we can discuss. There's no football to discuss there. You are one way, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm not going to waste my time on you. But I'm stuck here thinking about the people that we talk about, the community we've built here. What dare I say? Apart from Rangers played really well in the game of football, they just came up against a goalkeeper who was having his game of his life, and that's where I'm going to look at, because I looked at Fraser Foster in that game. He was absolutely outstanding. I know there's a lot of frustrating with us with miss, and trust me, I'm there as well. I am very frustrated. But if you look back on the saves, the one for Ryan Jack, only he's saving that because of his height. It's a phenomenal save. His reaction save with his hand when Morelos heads it down is brilliant. I mean, the big lanky streaky piss was there and everything. He was even putting slide challenges in when Arfield had a tap and he just couldn't react quick enough. Now, there's a couple of complaints that I definitely agree with. One, when Arfield slipped in Alfredo Morelos, he needs to score that 100% every single time. That one is on Alfredo Morelos. Like, literally, all Fraser Foster makes himself big. Morelos has got the entire side. He just drills it straight at him. And two, the other complaint I completely understand is the penalty kick from Alfredo Morelos. Now, we're going to get into that in a couple of minutes, but he was off his line and it should have been retaking, but you know what I mean, it's Scottish football, Scottish referees, it was never going to happen. But what I did know, as soon as the referee was announced, I knew, deep down, you saw my reaction on Twitter, you see me on the SPFL show, I knew for a fact there was going to be mistakes in this game, and the referee was absolutely putrid, because we can talk about mischance after mischance, but how did Celtic score in this game of football, ladies and gentlemen? They never had one, they never had two, they had 3 men offside. Look at that. How blatant is that? There's 3 people offside, and somehow the linesman, who's in a perfect position, doesn't want to ken none. And Willie Collum, you just know he's utter guff. Like, I know everyone's tired of hearing the referee argument in Scottish football. Every single one of them is guff. But if you look at how we lost this game of football, they had 1 shot on target, ladies and gentlemen, that should never, ever have stood. Yes, Mikey Johnson had something, and we'll talk about that later on today's video, but the way that they went in front, the way that we had to change our entire playstyle that was completely dominant, is down to a mistake, because 3 people is offside. What more do you want me to say? Didn't you want me to blame referees? Get it bloody right. That is disgusting, and that is their only shot on target, and off side goal. And you know, son, I'm not even talking about the 3 or 4 penalty incidents where Scott Brown just volleyed Alfredo Morelos. Now, yes, he was play acting in some of the game and probably should have received at least a yellow for all his antics in the game of football. I understand that. The referee bottled that as well. But if you go back to Celtic's recent game, they got a penalty kick the exact, and I mean the exact same way as what Scott Brown kicked Alfredo Morelos in the back of the leg. So why is that a penalty 3 days ago for Celtic, but right in front of the referee? How on earth can he look at that and go, no pen? How? And that's why I feel more sickened than absolutely pissed off coming here to call the players bottlers. Oh, they were crap, they were terrible, they were this and this. Now that I've calmed down a wee bit since the 90th minute and you go back and look at it, we played excellent, and to a man we played them off the park, but they had 1 man that was playing balls out, and unfortunately that was the massive goalie. Now, I have absolutely no idea how this is coming out, or even if it's just an incoherent ramble, and I do apologise if that is, but honestly that's where my head is right now. It's a complete and utter ramble, because we went into this game of football thinking our attacking play was going to be the ones that saved us. It was our defence, it was terrible. It was Connor Golton, it was Hollander, it was BB, and it was Tavernier. They were going to be well and truly tested. But I honestly think every single one of them passed with flying colours until the last 15 minutes of the match, where we just started stretching and trying to chase, doing absolutely everything. And then you saw Connor Golton and Hollander, who were just left at the back on the end, starting to make mistakes, but that was only after we were chasing the game against 10 men. Everything we asked for going into this game, if it was pretty much done, apart from the job that we all thought was going to happen, that was scoring goals. So I'm not wanting to blame the defence. I know a lot of people was blaming Tavernier because he didn't step up like a captain should they and take that penalty. But did you see Morelos' reaction when he did win that penalty kick and Frimpong got sent off? He went straight to Tavernier. He was like, I want it. I want it. And listen, I know I get a lot of flack for defending Tavernier all the time, but honestly, was he one of the worst performers in your personal opinion? He was strong defensively. He had Johnny Hayes in his back pocket. How many times did he just go and take it off him? And how many times did he set up a beautiful corner that our centre-backs got to, but they couldn't do nothing with it? Honestly, in the first 15 minutes of this game, Tavernier has been absolutely slaughtered, should have been sitting with 3 assists. Goldson had 2 free headers, and Hollander should have done better with his. So I'm not going to sit here and say the defence let us down or the defence isn't their captain. They only conceded 1 goal in the game that should never ever have stood. They played their part in the game. It's the forwards who we absolutely love, like Alfredo Morelos, who in my personal opinion was good at dragging us forward and getting in behind, but he was sort of creeping into giving away stupid silly fouls all the time, and he absolutely had a mare up top. Can you imagine the reaction if Ojo missed all those chances? Honestly, it would be absolutely frightening. But because it was Alfredo Morelos, we're looking at Tav, we're looking at Brendan Barker, we're saying that it was Morelos that missed every single golden chance we had in the game. And that, I hate to say that, I absolutely love him, and I'm not saying, oh, he's crap or he's not good enough to play against Celtic. He is still the best striker in my opinion. He just had a bad day in front of goal, and he came up against a goalkeeper who was playing balls out. And listen, this isn't a usual game recap where I break down play by play because it's just too raw. I'd still feel sick about the way things happen, so we're not going to do that. The only thing we're going to very briefly is mention that Celtic probably should have scored a second goal, but Mikey Johnson just absolutely fluffed his lines. It looked like he got a wee bit of deer in the old headlights and he dragged it a mile wide. But I do think of the very last kick of the ball pretty much in the 96th minute. Morelos turned the defender. He's got Jermaine Defoe like this. He's standing goal side. He's inside it just with a tap in today. But Morelos shoots from a silly angle because he's so built up with frustration and he just kens it isn't his day that we blow it just one mere time. And I think that right there is the perfect summary and the perfect way to end this game recap. The man that we normally so rely on and who's always helped us this season, that's never ever let us down with goal after big goal after big goal, finally had an off day, and it's just really unfortunate that that off day was helped because of some great goalkeeping on the other side. Am I leaving thinking Rangers and Celtic there's a massive gap? No. So I'm not going to throw my toys out the pram. And again, I didn't know how this video was going to turn out, but that's my honest and raw opinions now that I've got in the house. So now it's time to jump over to Twitter and hear from the people. The first one comes in from JMK and he writes in, 3 players offside for their goal. Linesman was blind. Morelos should never take a penalty again in his life. Hayes should have had 2 yellow cards. Rock and Roll Elvis writes in, absolutely battered them. They are a poor team. We need to get this monkey off our back this season. I'm not going to kick players. Everyone worked hard in the game. Their keeper had the game of his life. Remember where we came from to now. Dominated them. And I still believe. I love to see that, Rock and Roll Elves. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm going to try and think positively rather than negatively because that's a downward spiral that you never ever want to go in. Stay positive up there, lads. Molly writes in, what has actually happened to Greg Stewart? What has he done? Because we need him played and it's no happening. I don't know, like Gerard talking him up at the start of the week saying he's so close to starting, he made a massive impact. Back-to-back games now where we need a win, we need someone to create something. Sort of his game, getting in around the defence. We bring on Ojo, then we bring on the invisible Brandon Barker. I don't know, lads. I don't have a clue. Gerard must not trust him in the big games. Adamski writes in, Celtic were very lucky looking at. Jude writes in, logging out, don't snap me. It's my worst move ever. Danny Taylor writes in, how have we lost to an offside goal is absolutely beyond me. We played them off the park, but that said, it's a loss and we should have took our chances. I understand, mate. Jordan writes in, Barker should never play again. We bottled it massively. Jack is still the best midfield player in Scotland. I don't really agree with bottling it because all we just did was come up against a goalkeeper who was, I don't know, lads, maybe I'm just talking utter crap. Maybe in a couple of hours time when I think about it again, maybe I'll change my mind, but I didn't see us bottling it. Cammy McFarlane writes in, Morelos shouldn't play in an Old Firm game again. The Don Gaiman writes in, do you know what, CJ, I cannot stand this loss. There's times where we dominated, don't take our chances, our team takes their one chance and it costs us. But this was offside. It hurts. Bring in VAR. I'd rather have that than shitty referees every game effing up. That's 2 in 3 days. Bob Steele writes in 2 words, total injustice. Daniel Woodward writes in, tired of it. Alex McEwen writes in, we played them off the park. Simple as that. Alfredo is too greedy. Tav played well and that just shows how much we miss Davis for that creative spark in the middle. I think if we created anything more, mate, I would think my heart could have took it. The goalkeeper got man of the match for a reason. Kimberly writes in, Rangers, when will Stewart get a start? It must be soon because Brendan or whatever his name is brutal. and he showed that for every game that he's pretty much played. Jambo writes in, why Barker and not Stewart? Seems to be a sort of recurring theme. And the last one we'll read out, scroll nearer to the bottom. It comes from Big Dave, and he's talking about the Willie Collins. Says, he shits himself every old firm, a lot of bad decisions again today. And can you argue him? The referee had another howler. And with that being said, that's us all going to be done and dusty for today's video. Sorry if this is an absolute terrible fan recap. I'm honestly just so conflicted, and there's so much emotion in the old head that I didn't really ken what to feel. But anyway, you've heard my opinion, you've heard the people's opinion. If you haven't done so already, you know what to do by now. But as always, I've been sieging over into win, lose or draw. I will always be here to talk about football with you, and bye.